Those are former students. Congratulations!
At this time, I would ask that you rise for the singing of our national anthem, performed by seniors Darian Brothers, Noah Buxton, and Grace Rashi.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, rise so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Parents and guardians, friends and families, Board of Education, and most importantly, about to be graduates of the class of 2019, we welcome you to the class of 2019 commencement ceremony. At this point, I'd like to introduce the distinguished guests who are on stage this evening. I ask they please stand to be recognized. Let's start with High School Assistant Principal, Dr. Deanne Myers. MRH High School Middle School Assistant Principal, John McCabe. Board of Education President, Katie Kaufman. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Karen Hall. Assistant Superintendent, Roxana Meacham. Board of Education Vice President, Francis Schimelier. Board of Education Secretary, Maria Langston. Board of Education Treasurer, Wesley Robb. Board of Education Director, Reverend Ralph Posley. Deputy Mayor of Richmond Heights, Megan Moylan. And I'm the high school principal, Kevin Grauer. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd like to ask our class of 2019 Salutatorian Stella Henline to come to the podium to address the audience.
Thank you, Dr. Grauer. Hello, friends, family, and fellow graduates. As many of you know, I am Stella Henline, and I'm honored to have been selected to stand before you this evening. In the past 4 years, we have learned a lot of valuable knowledge. However, in a few years, when we look back on our time spent at MRH, we will not be thinking about Hammurabi's code or the steps in the cell cycle. As we reminisce about our time at MRH, we will think of the faces that surround us today. Last Friday, I received an email from Dr. Grauer informing me that I was salutatorian and that I had to write a speech to present to my classmates and their friends and family. I've never been much of a speechwriter, so I didn't even know where to begin. I shoved the task to the back of my brain, much like any high school student would, and thought that when I came around to it, I would probably figure something out. Later that evening, a song titled You Say came across my Pandora station. The lyrics that stuck out to me were, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. While listening to this song, I thought of all the people that have supported me throughout the past 4 years. These people have given me their all when all I wanted was to give up. This leads me to the point of my not so inspirational story. Throughout high school, we all have our ups and downs. From forgetting you have a chemistry exam to losing a soccer game. And there's always been that someone that has listened to you complain. The people that keep you laughing through the long days are the reason that we all haven't gone crazy, waiting for the year to end. We all have our rough days, but the people who are there to support you are the ones that are going to have the lasting effect on you. With each person that you've met comes a long chain of memories and experiences that we all share. From Dylan and Darian performing magic during the Friday assembly in elementary school, to watching Brooklyn scarf down any food that a pep assembly has brought her way, we have all shared so many laughs during our time together. In the last week, I have witnessed many people get hit with the reality that we are graduating. This has led to many stories and anecdotes about the past. Sharing stories about how Garrett broke his neck during the game of kickball, and Mr. Harmon's class Christmas party, with rows of kids playing the Connect, and Silas even acting as our bouncer, both just within the span of 6th grade. Experiences like these are what have shaped you into becoming the person that you are today and will continue to affect you in the next chapter of your life. As we move past tonight and towards the rest of our lives, my one hope for you all is that you work hard while taking yourself lightly. You are all going to encounter a setback or hardships in your lifetime, but much like high school, you must pick and choose which battles you take. Atticus Bruner once told me that high school is a team sport, and to this day, that quote has really stuck with me. We all play our part to contribute to the support of one another. People like Danny, Annabelle, and Tamar are typically our first line in defense, acting as our safety net to remind us to stay in check. Behind them in goal are either Emma, Xavier, or Alex, constantly deflecting negative energy. Our midfield being Kara, Logan, Sophie, Sasha, and Zach, that are always prepared to take a strategic approach towards reaching our goals, while all of us that remain are ready to take any shot possible, just to make it to the end of the game. People like Tajne and Vivian cheer us on the sidelines, as Stasia coaches us on the bench. And of course, Jalen is there to make us all look good, and Pat is always hyping us up with a fire warm-up playlist. I apologize for the soccer reference, but in case many of you haven't noticed, the MRH community has pretty much centered its being around the sport since the class of 2019 entered high school. The community that we have created at MRH has shown me that everyone can work hard together to help accomplish one goal. Going into your next step, I hope that you all can continue to create a network of devoted and helpful friends that can assist you during any challenges that you encounter. So, class of 2019, as you sit in your seats today and wait to cross this stage, I want you to take a look around you and acknowledge those who have had an impact on your time during your time at MRH. Many of us have known each other since grade school, kindergarten, or maybe even preschool. The bond of the MRH family is what makes this ending so bittersweet. I would like to thank my peers and faculty for becoming a part of my MRH family and giving me so many memories that I can hold on to forever. Tonight, when you wish farewell to this chapter, make sure that you show your gratitude to the friend, family member, or teacher that made you feel loved when you felt all alone and showed you that you were strong when you were weak. Thank you very much and congratulations, class of 2019. We made it.
As we end this school year with this culminating step, we are reminded that graduation is a true testament of students' hard work and perseverance. We also acknowledge the sacrifices and supports of families, guardians, teachers, and community members that help students gain the knowledge and skills necessary to pursue a future of their choosing. While we think about the opportunities that lay ahead of our graduates, we must stop and celebrate all the potential that sits in front of us. That potential is not just a stroke of luck or good fortune, but a faith instilled in each of us based on the work we know they are capable of. We know this based on 4 years of performance, progression, and a mastery of skills. This senior class averaged a 21+ ACT score. 60% earned honor roll status, and 44% of them earned a college credit while at Maplewood Richmond Heights High School. They were accepted to over 102 different colleges and universities with a total of 217 total acceptances, from campuses as far away as Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Louisiana, Nebraska, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, and Washington, as well as locally in St. Louis, Columbia, Springfield, Kansas City, Rolla, Edwardsville, and Carbondale. Each person sitting in the crowd tonight is in some way responsible for helping and assisting the graduates in front of us. These individuals were not solely dependent on anyone, but benefited from all of the support their individual network provided. Similarly, the idea of scholarship is often only thought of solely as a monetary or financial benefit or support. Scholarships are much more than that. They represent faith in a younger generation. They represent a commitment to continue the traditions of scholarship, leadership, citizenship, and stewardship that you have exemplified here at MRH. Scholarships open the door to countless possibilities and opportunities, and as with anything involving this class, they will have many doors to open. As a collective group, they are responsible for accumulating over $6,390,000 in academically and service-based scholarships as they proceed to the next step of their educational careers. We commend the members of this class of 2019 for their academic and service awards and ask you to refer to the program for individual scholarship award information. Thank you and congratulations to all graduates. Graduates, it is now my privilege to introduce MRH Superintendent Dr. Karen Hall to the stage as she addresses the class of 2019.
Thank you, Mr. McCabe. Good evening, MRH community. Graduates, family, and staff, it is an honor to be part of this celebration, the 2019 Maplewood Richmond Heights School District graduation ceremony. Graduates, it is such a pleasure to share the intensity of emotions filling this field as you who are graduating close this chapter of your life story. Parents, you are probably wondering where the years have gone as you marvel at your sons' and daughters' accomplishments. it doesn't seem that long ago when these young adults we honor today were toddling off to start kindergarten. Of course, living through those years between kindergarten and graduation may have seemed like an eternity for students and for some parents as well. There is a saying that we should shoot for the moon, and if we miss, we will still be among the stars. Whatever about that, we are definitely in the presence of stars today. As parents, I know you are proud of your young people. Let me add that their teachers, their classmates, and other members of the community are also proud of them. In the military, a salute is a form of address or recognition. We salute kings and queens and presidents too, because a salute is a mark of respect to people we honor. Today, we are honoring students who have worked hard and are achievers. In many cases, they are following in the footsteps of parents who have worked extremely hard too. So stars, don't forget to thank parents and teachers for all they have done to make today possible. We live in a world where there are many distractions, and that is particularly true for young people. The ones we are honoring today have ignored those distractions and concentrated on what is important to them. That is not to say they don't have time for fun and games, because many of them excel in sports, fine arts, and other extracurricular activities. It is just to say that they have dreams, and they are intent on making those dreams come true. Now, I don't know exactly what those dreams are, but I admire greatly the fact that they are ambitious and want to get what is best out of life. They have realized early on that to get something out of life, you have to put something in. So they have put their dedication and determination into their studies. They are an example to us of what can be achieved. Today, we are looking at the shapers of tomorrow's world. We are looking at people who will make a difference. We cannot tell how or where they will make that difference, yet because times are changing, and with it, job opportunities. I have no doubt, though, that they will each find their own particular niche and excel in it. Graduates, the MRH community congratulates you on your achievements. We hope that you will always use your gifts you have been given, not only for yourselves, but for others too. Congratulations, class of 2019. You have made us very proud.
Thanks, Dr. Hall. Class of 2019, believe it or not, I'm not always the easiest person to be around, and Dr. Myers has spent 9 years around me. I know I can be impatient, I'm easily bored. I don't like to listen to long-winded conversations. I get off task. I'm impulsive, and that's on a good day. But I do want to start by thanking and recognizing that this will be Dr. Deanne Myers' final graduation. She's a friend to all of us and someone who's been with us all on this journey for 9 years. I am forever grateful for her service. She will be headed to Afton High School to be their head principal next year. We wish you well, Dr. Myers. You know what's incredible is Senior Caleb Caston had 4 years of perfect attendance. That's pretty good. Chuck Okeke was right there. with as close to perfect attendance as you can possibly get. Great work, gentlemen. And finally, I want to thank you MRH teachers and staff who put in the personal time with these seniors over the years. You meet our kids at the ground level each day, and every day our school is awesome because of you. Thank you, teachers and staff, so much. So the class of 2019 exemplifies our culture of learning how to be comfortable with who you are. I hope all of you felt you had your place here at this school. If you didn't, I apologize, as that's not our goal. Also, students, it wasn't that long ago when I was sitting in those same seats. In fact, last night I came out here and sat in every one of those seats just so I could say that. We like to get our expectations up on day one, and the expectation is what I want to talk to you all about. Because simply put, I'm convinced that most of us are walking around with too low of expectations for ourselves. I don't want you to fall victim to that, in the habit of lowering your expectations. It's my pet peeve. In fact, I'm getting angry just thinking about it right now. Just like when I think about a made-up senior skip day this fine class decided to create on their own. Evidently, some moron picked out a skip day for the kids and they didn't like it. And that moron was me. But as you can clearly see, I'm totally over that. As a parent and your principal, one of the most disheartening things I do see, seriously, is when students don't think they can accomplish hard things. Class of 2019, in life, we tend to expect what we think we deserve. The problem with low expectations is that it's hard to enjoy the good stuff, but it's harder to endure the bad stuff. Someone here that never had a problem with low expectations was Tamar Crump. She did everything with an unassuming humility, irradiated a calm and inner confidence. Tamar's tough and she's disciplined. And she didn't take a skip day, by the way. Not that that matters now, but she took ownership of everything she did, and she never allowed for an excuse to take root in her mind. Something happens when you take ownership. You don't feel like a customer or a consumer anymore, because you're the owner. It falls on you. Tamar holds herself to the highest academic and social standards, and she doesn't ever waver. It's true. If it's true, we become like folks we hang around. I recommend you hang around someone like Tamar Crump, because I like where she's going. Tamar will be attending Colorado College next year on a full scholarship. Rise and conquer, Tamar. If you can mock it, you can manage it. That means if you can make fun of it, you can better deal with it. Who better to represent this line than Atticus Bruner? He's a hard worker. He's intense. He's funny. One day he had a record-breaking discus throw on this very track, but his throw was disqualified via foot fault. Remember that, Atticus? You did. I saw him immediately after that, and he was bothered by it, but he refused to dwell on it. In fact, he joked about it. Note, Atticus was not surprised he reached the goal. He broke the record because he had that in his mind as a realistic outcome. Secondly, right after our spring play, Don't Drink the Water, I walked into the green room to talk to the actors, to congratulate them on their final performance. The mood was upbeat. Students were fired up. It was their last show. I felt a pat on the back. It was Atticus. Grauer, did you enjoy the show, he said? He was dressed in nothing but his underwear in a room full of people. I said I loved it. I looked him up and down and said, man, where are your clothes? He laughed and said, I was hot. Class of 2019, I urge you to be more foolish at times. Laugh at your fears. It will help you conquer them. Think about it. Those people that are not making fools of themselves from time to time are probably sitting around doing nothing. Laughter is a basic human need like food, shelter, and water. You can find humor, like Atticus does, in everything. Rise and conquer, Atticus. You're headed to St. Louis Community College. Congratulations. So, gratitude makes life's petty annoyances kind of drift away. But it is hard to be thankful when 40 seniors do a skip day at school before AP tests and exams, but I digress. Gratitude shifts our perception and slows things down. Grateful people, they volunteer more, they give more financially. They're genuinely better able to put themselves in other people's shoes and have empathy. Gratitude's not lacking in senior student Major Daniel. Major is one of the kindest, most respectful, grateful guys that I know. I recall him getting a pair of brand new Air Jordans stolen at another school during a basketball game. I boldly told his mother, "I'll find those shoes." I did not find those shoes. But I did find a donor who bought those shoes for him, and Major was shocked when I presented him those shoes, and he continues to thank me even today. I don't deserve it, but he keeps doing it. Major never let his gratitude go silent. What a great lesson for us. Rise and conquer, Major. Good luck next year at Maryville University. I'm not sure about all of you, but sometimes I tend to skew answers to arrive at a solution that I want for myself. It makes me feel better. But I also know that just because you feel something, it doesn't make it a fact. Brooklyn Chateau never let me fall into self-delusion. She would meet with me regularly at principal advisory meetings to tell me what was going wrong or right, usually wrong, at school, and she does not hold back. "Dr. Grauer, not a good idea," she'd say. At first I would be taken aback, then the next question I would ask is, "Why is that not a good idea?" Brooke always had a reason, and she'd go into deep detail with that reason to let me know why. Brooke played a huge role in our new later start this year and the schedule change, and I appreciate her righteous anger because she used it to act, not just to complain. She gets it. If you want to complain about something, that's okay, but we ask yourself to be willing to put yourself in the middle of that solution, or else you're just being negative and taking no ownership of improvement, and that's lazy. It's similar to me complaining about an unsanctioned skip day. Life goes on, but we should still question things. Brooke is good at that. She's headed to St. Louis University next year. Class of 2019, go back to the basics, do the simple work, be a good person. We all recognize a good person when we see him or her, so we do already know what that looks like. It's just that some people think it's everybody else's job to be good, not theirs. Senior Sasa Johnson is clearly a great person. She transferred here from Texas. It's not easy to come here after 9th grade and find your way into a peer group. Things can get pretty settled among our students. They've been together for a long time in this small school. Sasha is quiet and reserved by nature, and she had to step out of her comfort zone to develop new friendships. She did that, as most of you are going to have to do next year. How do you make new friends? Well, you can be like me and say, at my age, I don't want new friends. In fact, I want less. That's probably not a good attitude for you all. So be like Sasha, rise and conquer over your fears and show yourself friendly when it may not be so easy to put yourself out there. Sasha, thanks. Rise and conquer. Good luck at Loyola, New Orleans next school year. There's a saying that it doesn't matter how many locks you have on your doors if you leave your windows open. Jacob Tatum locks his windows and doors and he double checks them. What I mean is Jacob is focused and goal-oriented and future-centered. He understands the idea of the long game. I know Jacob earned a 2nd place Missouri welding competition, a full scholarship to Missouri Welding School, and he did so a singular focus and a kind spirit. That's admirable. He also had a very nice job offer out of high school from Ameren. I'm proud of the person he is. Jacob had the high expectation all along. He could be elite in his field, and he did it. He realizes that everyone you meet knows something that you don't know, and he's open to learning from them. Rise and conquer, Jacob. Good luck with your decision next year. Class of 2019, what do you think you deserve? And why do you think that? Get your expectations up. Remember, your self-worth does not come from how beautiful or handsome you look, how much money you have, or what car you drive, or what somebody else thinks of you. Maybe you don't have the unique sense of humor of Miss Chris Roudabush, or the witty, smart-aleck remarks of Shane Dixon, or the cool style of Mr. Ryan Rizzuto, or the explosive athleticism of Dr. Rob Welker. I might have been stretching on. No, your self-worth comes from the sincere effort you make and how you treat others. your overall world perspective, and for the simple fact that you find yourself as a human being on this planet at this time in world history. That's it. You're valuable because of that. Nothing else really matters as much as you may think it does. Seniors, as you leave the cocoon of this school, I guarantee times will get tumultuous. I want you to balance playing the longer game with the shorter game. In life, you do focus on immediate needs, interactions, relationship, handle those with care. But I think where most of us mess up is in the long game. The long game is what delays our gratification, forces us to dig in and do the hard thing over a long period of time. The long game gets you through college, or the armed services, or tech school. It allows you to stay with the dream. It makes a healthy relationship last over time. It allows you to save money for something bigger. And it ends up leading us to be more disciplined and happier people. Balance the long game and the short game, and you can maximize your life. So avoid the chronic low expectations that plague so many, and start with the mindset that I know things will get hard, but I'm ready. I'll finish with a few lines from the great Dr. Seuss, who exemplified this spirit when he said, I heard their troubles from more than one kind. Some come from ahead and some come from behind. I bought a big bat, I'm all ready, you see, and now my troubles are going to have troubles with me. Class of 2019, it's been an honor to be your principal. High school graduation is a great thing, but you're not done. This is just a step in a long journey. On behalf of Dr. Myers, Mr. McCabe, Mr. Dietrich, I love all of you. I congratulate you on this special accomplishment. It's now my pleasure to invite the stage Class of 2019, the Valedictorian, Caroline Barron, to address her classmates in the audience.
Thank you, Dr. Grauer. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to represent my class on this special occasion. On behalf of the class of 2019, I would like to thank the teachers, coaches, family, and friends who have helped us throughout high school, as we would not be here without your support. I would also like to congratulate each of my classmates. We have finally made it. In our time here at MRH, we have each found our niche. We have settled into a routine filled with familiar people, places, and activities. While in high school, hopefully each of us branched out and tried a few new things. Last year, I got to be part of the MRH track team, and it taught me a lot about hard work. Track is a unique sport in that if you ask almost anyone on the track team, they'll tell you they don't really enjoy running. It inspires me how they can spend so much time and effort doing something that difficult. The same goes for students who take challenging classes in high school. Most times they probably don't enjoy struggling through a difficult class, but they do things that are difficult because it makes us better. Doing difficult things isn't just as easy as choosing to do them. There are always excuses as to why we choose the easy route. When discussing setting goals, author Stephen Covey said, "Make small commitments and keep them." When trying to complete any difficult task or reach any goal, it is easy to get overwhelmed with the big picture. Sometime in the future, whether it's at college or a job, we will all find ourselves having to do something difficult. It is important to remember to take a step back and make a small, realistic commitment that will bring you closer to completing your goal. For students taking challenging classes, this may mean studying a little extra each day, and for track kids, this may mean focusing on one workout at a time. As we all move forward to find new routines filled with new people and places, I encourage all of you to continue to seek opportunities that challenge you. Pursue your interests even if they involve a little extra time or work, because in the end it will only make you better. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has supported us throughout the past 4 years and congratulate the class of 2019. Thank you.
It's my privilege now to present the graduating class of 2019 to our Board of Education. Distinguished MRH School Board, I certify that these students have fulfilled all the necessary requirements as outlined by the Missouri Department of Secondary Education to legally and rightfully obtain their high school diploma. This diploma, which they will receive shortly, can never be taken away from them. At this time, I ask Assistant Principal Dr. Deanne Myers to assist me by announcing all diploma recipients. We invite the Board of Education President, Katie Kaufman, and Superintendent Dr. Karen Hall to assist as well. Please be considerate of each graduate, allowing for their names to be announced and heard by all.
Class of 2019, would my front row please rise and approach the stage?
Right behind you before you back
Amir
up too much. Just letting you know about Florida here.
Tajane Zaviera Naisha Adams. Tierra Shantae Allen. Garrett John Anderson. Caroline Elizabeth Barron. Zachary David Barton. Caleb Terrell Beckton. Herbert Joseph Belmessieri Jr. Kara Elise Biggs. Patrick Michael Booker II. Dylan Ray Boyd. Darian Michael Brothers. Atticus Ford Bruner. William Bernard Brunson IV. Kaylin Pauline Buck. Jalen DeAndre Burdine. Noah Christopher Buxton. Ryan Charles Casey. Brene Janice Cheney. Samuel Theogene Crabson. Tamar Abia Elizabeth Crump. Major Daniel III. Kendra Malika Dickerson. Leah Ilana Dickerson Crump. Eric Lamar Ernest. Daniel Paradin Finley.
Right here, right here, right here, right here. Congratulations.
Would my first row please be seated, and my second row please rise and approach the stage. Aiden Peter Flynn. Lauren Elizabeth Giesler. Kylie Mae Goodman.
Hey, Aiden.
Zeph Anthony Gray. Matthew Paul Hogsness. Stella Luciana Henline. Dylan Lane Jansen. Sasha Imani Johnson. Vivian Grace Johnson. Jaden Patrick Jones. Aiden Peter Jordan. Anastasia Urachik. Caleb John Caston. Lee Zalis Kiefer. Joshua Philip Kotkamp. Vincent Alexander Kreckler. Madison Lee LaChance. Quinn August Luther. Logan Glenn McDonald. Ibrahim Madua Majid. Dominic Richardson Mancuso. Melinda Rose Mitchell. Joseph Kyle Odie.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Quinn, I love you.
Congratulations.
Would my second row please be seated, and my third row please rise and approach the stage. Chuma Benjamin Okike. Annabelle Cecilia Pareño. Kenneth Scott Poglis. Margaret Ann Pohl. Grace Alexandra Rashi. Silas Kyle Roberson. Dakira Lachey Robertson. Sophia Jen Roy. Emma Angeline Sabbath. Logan McClure Saborin. Brooklyn Hallie Chateau. Alexander Charles Swires. Xavier James Sykes. Jacob Adam Tatum. Elizabeth Grace Thomas. Michael Sims Todd. Tiana Marie Todd. Samuel Earl Tolbert Jr. Riley Cecilia Tucker. Brooke Claire Watkins. Latyra Cassie Watley.
We got you.
Thomas Hunter Winneman. Jamel Anthony Williams. Alexander Marcus Wood.
We ain't gonna bite you.
We're with Tiana.
Would all the graduates please stand? It gives me great pleasure to announce the class of 2019 has formally graduated from Maplewood Richmond Heights High School. Congratulations.